It was the lowest point in a season with too many lows. After being knocked out in Q1 for a fourth consecutive time, Lance Stroll's frustrations boiled over.
What are your emotions right now?
Yeah,
sorry for the language there. What is not clicking for you behind the wheel at the moment?
I don't know.
And how does this change your mindset for the weekend? Is it now a test session? Are you going to go for it in the sprint?
Keep driving.
With just 5 races left in the season, it's hard to imagine there is any driver longing for the off-season more than the 24-year-old Canadian. His 2023 season began with problems right out of the gate. Stroll missed preseason testing after breaking both wrists in a cycling accident 12 days before the season opening race. Yet still, he had a terrific opener, remarkably finishing 6th despite the injuries.
I'm so happy to be racing and to pick up points today. It's, yeah, awesome.
As a team, Aston Martin was one of the biggest stories in the first third of the season. While Stroll was chasing teammate Fernando Alonso, the gap between the two was still competitive. However, Alonso was able to score 6 podiums in the first 8 races, while Stroll managed to earn 37 points. But since then, he's only managed just 10.
Alonso upgrades his best finishing position of the season now to 2nd place.
While problems began to arise early in the summer, things began to free fall after the break. And it hasn't just been Lance. While Mercedes, Ferrari, and especially McLaren made big leaps, the Aston Martin has regressed. And as the car got worse, the performance gap between Stroll and Alonso has widened, with the 2-time world champion the only one of the pair to routinely squeeze points out of a fading machine, extending the point gap between the teammates to 136 points.
We were only 9th in Monza, no points in Singapore, 9th in Japan, and here we were in the mix, so hopefully in the future, next couple of races, we can be more competitive.
What lies ahead for Lance might just be the most important off-season of his career. Aston Martin appears poised to be leapfrogged by the surging McLaren for 4th in the constructors' standings. Alonso has accounted for nearly 80% of the team's points. So every position they lose, that turns the heat up on Lance. What Stroll needs now is an off-season of unprecedented training, time in race cars, simulators, honing a skill set and a race craft that can be sharp enough to compete with an all-time great. Because while being dominated by a legend once may be frustrating, if it happens again, the consequences may be far more impactful.